Well, howdy. You ever wonder what's in the back of a Road Ranger transmission as far as the rear bearing? On your output shaft, there's your output shaft. And there's a transmission case here at the back of your transmission. But your output shaft has two bearings. An inner that you can see when you take the yoke off. Take the yoke off here. Take the speedometer housing away. And then there's the inner bearing and the outer bearing with that spacer in between. And there's a race, a two-sided race that fits over this. Slides in the case, has a lip around it, slides in the case. You got to just tap it lightly with a hammer to get it out of there. So anyway, when this thing wears a little bit, this spacer becomes too big. This thing, when you got a brand new bearing in there, brand new here, brand new race, brand new bearing, you tighten this nut up to about 650 foot-pounds, and this all holds together, and this shaft doesn't wiggle at all. But when it starts to wear out, you can't tighten the bearing up anymore because of this spacer. But if you take this spacer and put it in a lathe and cut 10,000ths off a time off one edge, put it back in and keep trying it. Probably have to do it 2 to 3 times. We had to do it 4 times on this here Pete. Now these bearings aren't the same. You notice they look kind of the same, but they're not. The inside diameter of the outer bearing is smaller. This inner one, this is an old piece of a transmission, but this inner one's a little wore. See, it don't just slide off of there. Normally when you install that, you heat that thing up to about 200-300 degrees and drop it on there. And then there's a little ridge right here. See that ridge? This bearing won't go over that ridge, see? But the spacer does. So that's how you fix it. That's how you tighten it up and get rid of all that play. Good luck.